Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. We're ready to get started. I'm sorry we're running a little bit late. Setting up some equipment. So, thank you. All right. So, we've got a couple of things that we would like to announce today. And the first thing is we have 4 amazing individuals that are Silver Star Award winners through Leading Age. And what that means is they've been with the organization for at least 25 years. So they have some awards, and I'm hoping that they're all here. If I'm up here, you're getting up here with me. The first person I'd like to congratulate is Jace Harvey. He's our medical records director. Oh, there you are. Okay. So just a little, little overview that was written about you. Jace is an incredibly dependable and committed to serving seniors at DRV. He is even known to do his work from Hawaii. Jace is always cheerful at work and is rarely seen without a smile on his face. So we are so grateful to Jace for serving our residents for 27 years. Jace, you want to join me up here?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, very good. Thank you so much. Yes, another round of applause. All right, the next person we have is Irma Rivera. She's our lead Irma is very diligent in her job duties and has a wonderful eye for detail. Irma is amazing with the residents and has a wonderful rapport with them, and they are always very complimentary of the job she does for them. Even after all these years, she still does the very best she can and takes her duties very seriously and understands the importance of doing her job correctly for our residents. Irma is very dedicated and loyal to DRV, and she's very much appreciated by residents and staff alike. Participant is Miss Beverly Martinez. So no one, in my estimation, is more deserving of this award than Bev Martinez. Every moment that she is here, she shows the DRV independent living residents that they are her first and foremost priority. Years and years of service does say a lot about her dedication, but how she interacts with residents, responds to needs, and protects the individuals in our community is what sets her apart. These consistent traits are agreed upon by staff, residents, and families.
I heard that she's also pretty quick on her feet, too. She can chase down young kids. If you want to know what that is, you'll have to ask her. Wow. What power.
What'd you write?
I can talk now.
The next fabulous individual is Shannon Stone, dietary supervisor, 32 years.
Accepting the award for
on behalf.
Almost as good as Linda.
She'll be thrilled with this.
Thank you.
All right, so the next list of folks that we have are receiving pins for different years. I'm just going to go ahead and list out their names, and at the end we can do a huge round of applause. So bear with me, it's about 30 folks. We have, of course, Beverly Martinez, Jen Parmer, 24 years. We have Shannon Wingfield, 18 years. Kristen Ritchie, 15 years. Smokey Bittler, 8 years. We have Deb Boswell, 5 years. Stephen R., because I can never say your last name, please forgive me in advance. Stephen R., 7 years. Sheila Rowbottom, 5 years. Jessica Berry, 5 years. Steph Clardy, 5 years. Alyssa Arthur, 5 years. Tanya S., 4 years. Lillian Lutch, 4 years. Robin Turner, 3 years. Luke Robinson, 3 years. Don McVicker, 3 years. Ariel Anderson, 3 years. Penny Romero, 3 years. Corey Hayden, 3 years. Christy, say your name for me, Chris, last name. Where is she? Is she here? Christy, 2 years. Mike, 2 years. Mike Castaneda. Juanita Slade, 2 years. Brendan Blunk, 2 years. Lori Balser, 2 years. Aubrey Applegate, 2 years. Toby Rustin, 2 years. Richard Rose II, 2 years. Myself, 1 year. Tina Schilling, 1 year. Stephanie Cutler, 1 year. Oksana Ludisk, 1 year. Crystal Strachan, 1 year. Katie Stevens, 1 year. Dennis Rogers, Jessica Sprouse, Sam Ballweather, Larson Jantz, all 1 year. Carissa Ballswell, Justin Brown, Byron Harmon, Linda Axford, Eileen Palke, and Kayla Waldrop, all 1 year. We can give everybody a round of applause. I do have their service award pins here, so please come and see us at the end of the meeting so we can go ahead and give this to everybody accordingly. All right, some more awards. Okay, so I want to do a special kudos to the team in ELF. There are a few employees who have gone above and beyond to help in that department in the past couple of weeks. A special thank you to everybody that's been involved, but a special shout out to Debbie Lee. Debbie Lee, are you here? She's always here, she's working, okay. All right, not here today. Jessica Sprouse, are you here? Jessie? Okay. And Ashley Vanderbeck. Is Ashley here today? They're all busy working. Okay, so if we have anybody here as a rep from Assisted Living, Denise, Mariah, Shanina, we've got gift cards for the folks. Okay, I can't see anybody, but all right. All right, so I also want to pass the microphone over to Mr. Parrott so he can have a little something to say.
Thank you. A lot of people. All right. I have a little quiz for the generational people in the room, different generations. So, what's in common with these things? Who remembers the Black Monday stock market crash? Some of you were not born at that time. Aretha Franklin came out with the song "Respect." The Bangles, "Walk Like an Egyptian." We had Unabomber in Salt Lake City. Ronald Reagan was the president this year. The Legend of Zelda came out. Lots of things, and lots of movies this year. Lots of good movies. Things like Married with Children came out. That was interesting. Dirty Dancing, 3 Men and a Baby, Fatal Attraction, Beverly Hills Cop 2, Good Morning in Vietnam, and on and on and on. And Jim Reed. What do all these things have in common? They're all retired. Well, not quite. All of these things happened in 1987. Just so happened, this was also the year that Jim Reed joined the Dallas Retirement Village. So, how many years you been here? 31 years. All right, how many people are younger than 31? How many people were probably in preschool in 1987 and younger? Just a few. Some of us were around at that time, but not many. Jim, so Jim, you've been here 31 years. What is the secret to being here 31 years?
That's a long list, Dave.
Something that we can say, right?
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed all the workers here over the years and all the residents that we've had over the years. I really enjoyed that very much. That's probably what kept me here so long.
So how many people were on the maintenance staff when you came here?
2.
2 people were on the staff when you, Harold, Reed, and you, right? We have a few more people now. I don't know how many we have on maintenance staff now. 17. So this is, see, that's how it kept him young, because he was running around doing the work of 17 people. Well, Jim, we wanted this, again, we'll have a chance to say goodbye to you formally, but this day I wanted to get a chance to say to you how much we appreciate you. You are ERB. We're not quite sure what the future is going to look like without you here, but we know we wouldn't have been here without you. So thank you so much, Jim.
We have another very special person who will be retiring with us too. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn over the microphone to Miss Joy. There she is.
Hi. I just want to make certain that everyone knows we are losing a very special part of us, especially here at the health center. She is our backbone here at the facility, and a lot of you know her. It's Terry Zimmerman. Terry is appreciated by a lot of you, I know, because she does a lot for everyone. She does a lot in all of the departments here at the facility and keeps us all going. I want to say my right arm. She's my reminder. She's my mom sometimes, even though we're close to the same age. But we're gonna miss Terry. She is retiring, and she is retiring for good. She's not retiring from us and then going on to something. So she's very excited about her new adventure, and we're all happy that she gave us 5+ years, and we're gonna miss her. So, everybody stop and say hi. Her last day is gonna be the 3rd of July. And I've tried to talk her into a little bit longer, but it didn't work.
I love all of you.
We love you,
And I love
Kevin.
myself here. I love that. But I have a baby granddaughter I've been with.
Yes.
Lucky. Yes.
And we have our safety committee that wanted to make a presentation within the board as well. Safety, where is Miss Kim? Kim, there she is. How could I not see you? Huge.
Where's Kim?
Where's Kim? Great. So we got theme music or something.
Nobody else wanted to wear their gear, so.
So I have to say, I think Deanna and I were tricked today, and it's not even April Fool's Day, because we were told everybody on the safety committee is gonna wear their vests. And we're the only two idiots up here without a vest. So that will never happen again. But just so you know, if you're thinking of joining the safety committee, look what you get to wear. Yeah. It also doubles as a tent when you're camping. All right. So if anybody's noticed or we've answered questions that the safety committee has gone around and asked people, they get a coffee card for answering wrong or right. All those people that got a coffee card, their names are in here for a $50 Amazon gift card. Okay? So I'll let Michelle draw my name. No pressure. My name's in there 5 times. I got all the answers right. Hannah Griffin from the Lodge Dining. Oh, sorry, Hannah, you must be present again. I'm just kidding. She'll get it. I don't know if Brenda, she's not working here anymore? Oh, she's at camp. Like, wow, she's got a coffee card and ran. I don't know, Brenda, do you have anything to say about the safety committee?
So I just want to let you guys know that we're working really hard to keep the safety committee going, and that we're going to be making some changes pretty soon. Changes that will affect most people that come to the healthcare. We're going to be, just off the top of my head, we're going to be putting up some more signs. We're going to be changing where the time clock is to give us a little bit more or less congestion in that main hallway, plus us using that back door, that back loading dock. It's not too safe, so we'll be moseying people to the side door so they can have a clock in time right there. It just gives us a lot more safety when it comes through, and staying away from that back dock, just because we have lots of things that can fall on somebody whenever we go through there. So we're going to be changing some things up. These are the things that us in the safety committee have been working for a long time. So we appreciate you guys' patience, but also being part of it. And if you guys see anything, please pull one of us aside. We'll be wearing our shirts, we're wearing our vests. We have monthly meetings. So raise your hand on the safety committee whenever you're, there we go. See all these people here?
Should have been up here.
Yep. So please make sure that you are walking them, any safety concerns. You might get another coffee card. Yep.
One more thing, I know we've been bugged because we are the Safe and Sane Productions.
Oh, it's
This is
on
sponsored
this.
by?
Oh, it's on this.
Anyway, I knew I hated this vest. So everybody's been asking if we're going to be making another movie pretty soon, and actually we do have something fun in store for you, hopefully for the next fall staff. We're going to be presenting our very first safety rap video. So watch out for that coming up soon. Just remember the song, Ice Ice Baby. Okay? That's it. Thanks.
Be safe.
Thank you, Safety Committee. Okay, just a couple of announcements, and I hope everybody was excited to hear when we had sent out the email in reference to the Salem Health Hospitals. They came to a contract agreement, so. Yes, absolutely. So all of the doctors that have, at this point in time, been considered out of the network, they will all be effectively back in the network on July the 1st. So if you have any questions for HR, we can, you can come and see me after the meeting if you have anything that is important to you, or there's any kind of issue that you might have or concern. But effective July the 1st, everything is business as usual. So we're really excited to make that announcement. Yay, yay. Again, just a friendly reminder to clock in and out. Don't forget to clock out for your lunches, and make sure that if you aren't, that you are signing a missed punch slip and getting that approved by your supervisor, so that way we can pay you accordingly. Last thing I have, and then I'll turn it over to Mary Grace and Shelley for our presentation. KPA, so that is the new software that we had rolled out a few months ago. We've been trying to work on letting that take the place of Relias. And we're working on training from behind the scenes. I cannot activate it if we do not have everybody registered. There's quite a few employees that have not registered. Again, this is a non-negotiable. By the end of the week, the directors and managers will have a list of their team members that have not registered just yet for KPA. So we need everybody on board so we can roll that out effectively and we can get rid of Relias. So thank you, everybody. I hope this presentation information is going to be really exciting and really thrilled. MG, do you want the microphone? Here you go. Okay.
Thank you.
So I actually had to start with a video. As everyone knows, we follow LCS's Extraordinary Impressions, so I wanted to give everyone kind of a refresher on what the Extraordinary Impressions are. As you know, our COG committee also goes by our Extraordinary Impressions, so I also want everyone to know that this is the community in Kansas City where I used to work where this was filmed. These are my old friends.
Thank you for being a key player on our LCS team. You're the reason we're nationally recognized for the high-quality lifestyle, care, and services we provide seniors. Since 1971, the LCS family of companies has built a reputation for excellence in senior living. Each of us has an opportunity to make a positive difference in the lives of our residents, family members, and fellow employees. In fact, leaving an extraordinary impression on the lives of those we touch is at the heart of our approach to hospitality. It's how LCS lives extraordinary impressions.
Hello, and welcome to Experience the Difference, a lesson in hospitality. In our increasingly busy lives, do you find yourself always having one more thing to do? Whether at work, at home, or at school, it seems there's never enough time to finish our to-do list. And we certainly don't want to add to the already long list. But what if you could do one more thing that would make someone's day? Wouldn't we all love the opportunity to be able to do this, even if it took an extra minute or two? In living extraordinary impressions, every employee is encouraged to find that one additional thing that will add to the hospitality experienced by all our customers, whether in a community or office setting. Hospitality is that feeling you get when someone goes the extra mile for you. Customer service is what we do for you, while hospitality is how we make you feel. Think about a time when you experienced excellent hospitality. Perhaps you visited an Apple store, ordered something from Amazon, took a Disney cruise, or ate at your favorite restaurant. Chances are good you had an extraordinary experience. We want everyone who interacts with someone in a community managed by Life Care Services or in our home office to have a similar experience. What does this mean for us in the senior living field? Hospitality starts with relationships. Those relationships start on a solid foundation of trust, honesty, and sincerity. From there, we build on that by the little things we do for one another. This can be paying someone a compliment or giving a greeting card to mark a special occasion. Even a simple smile is a way to show we care. It really is these little things that form our hospitality culture. The residents we're privileged to serve have lived through wars, the Depression, assassinations of political and civil rights leaders, space travel, and the introduction of personal computers. While we're still serving a few members of the GI generation, more are members of the silent generation as we gear up to serve the baby boomers next. Their expectations of senior living have changed along with the times. In addition, the residents are experiencing some of the issues associated with the aging process. Hearing and vision may be declining, taste buds are off, and some depression may be setting in. It's important that we recognize these issues and the roles they play in our interactions with our residents. We greet you warmly by name and with a smile. Very simply put, this is how we build relationships.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, Mr. Tucker, and Mrs. Smith. How was your dinner this evening?
Delicious.
Thank you. Wonderful.
Gosh, how do you remember all our names?
Not everyone remembers names as well as Marcus does. What are some tips for those of us who don't? When you're introduced to someone, try to use their name in conversation. For people who are more visual, try looking at the names on doors or using a photo directory. Don't be afraid to ask another employee or a resident for help. Being able to call a resident or coworker by name is one way we can make someone feel special as they experience the difference. The residents generally live with us for several months to many years. This affords us the opportunity to really get to know each resident and what they like and dislike.
Good afternoon, Mrs. Jones. Are you going out this afternoon?
Yes, I am. My son's coming to pick me up and take me to my grandson's baseball game.
Oh, wonderful. Will you be pitching today?
Yes, he will be.
Terrific. It's pretty warm outside with that sun on you. How about if I get you an umbrella to help keep the sun off and some bottled water to take with you?
Oh, yes to both. That sounds great. You know just what to do to take care of me.
You're very welcome, Mrs. Jones.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, son. Good luck in that game today.
Have fun.
Thank you. Jen is so good. She takes such good care of me.
See what can happen when we actually take the time to get to know our residents? In the course of our busy days, we may have more things to do than we can reasonably expect to complete. So what happens when we get asked to do one more thing?
I'll get to it when I can.
Why can't you just ask Tom to do it? I don't have time! Each of these is an inappropriate response. When someone asks you to do something, you should listen carefully to the request, respond enthusiastically, pay full attention, watch your tone of voice, and clarify timing. Let's try this in action.
I'm here for your weekly residence cleaning. Is there anything special I can do for you today?
I'm really glad you asked because I'm having my family over for a meal and I need to have the silver polished and the windows cleaned. Is that something you could do for me?
Yes, I think I can get through a basic cleaning very quickly. Start on the inside of your windows and start on your silver. Do you have polish here?
Yes, I do. Just a minute, I'll get it for you.
All right, I'm gonna go call maintenance and ask them about the outside of your windows.
Okay.
Good news, Miss Moore. The maintenance team will take care of the outside of your windows for you tomorrow.
That's great. Thank you so much for taking care of that for me.
You're welcome.
Jen asked a question, listened to the request, and gave the thoughtful answer. She was able to accomplish the task within the time allotted for the cleaning. Mrs. Moore was happy when Jen reacted positively to handling this chore for her. In spite of our best efforts, sometimes things just don't go as planned, and we fall short of meeting our customers' expectations. When this happens, we employ a technique known as service recovery. One of the things we must remember is that our customers' perception of our service is reality. In addition, it's very important for us to recognize that our customers' opinions matter. If for some unforeseen reason we've fallen short of their expectations, we haven't done our jobs correctly and must make up for our service failure. While our goal is to get it right the first time, that doesn't always happen. Think about when you've experienced poor service and how that made you feel. Leading service organizations have formalized a response to customer concerns that empowers staff to not only acknowledge a service failure, but to take action to remedy the situation. This process, known as service recovery, works not only to prevent a pending crisis, but to win over wary customers by reinforcing the company's commitment to meet and exceed customer expectations. Service recovery is key to achieving service excellence. There are 5 steps to service recovery. Listen carefully. Confirm your understanding of the complaint and apologize. Work together toward a satisfactory solution. Commit resources to achieve the desired outcome. Follow up to ensure the problem is resolved. Let's check on Mr. Smith now.
I don't recall having 12 guests last month. Let me check my calendar to be sure. I was sure of it. Only my son and daughter for the 12th, and my old neighbors were here for lunch on the 23rd. Hello, Jan.
Hi, Mr. Smith. What can I do for you today?
Well, I got this bill. It shows that I have 12 guest fees for dinner, and I will recall 4, 2 on the 12th and 2 on the 23rd. Can you do something about that?
I sure can. I am so sorry. I can imagine how frustrated you are. Please let me take a look at this and get back to you by 11 a.m. tomorrow. Would that be okay?
That'd be fine if you could do that, Jan.
I sure can.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Have a good day.
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Smith. This is Jan from the business office. I'm getting back to you on the extra guest meals charged to your account last month. We did find that 8 meals had been billed to your account in error. Evidently, the server that evening had entered the incorrect name into the system, so the meals are charged to you. I have credited your account and placed a revised bill in your mailbox. Again, I'm very sorry for the inconvenience.
Well, that's great. Thanks for the quick attention. I certainly appreciate it.
You're welcome. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I can't think of a thing today. Thank you very much for calling.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Have a good day.
Bye. Dear Mr. Smith, I'm sorry that your bill was incorrect. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Your new bill is enclosed. Please let me know if there's anything else you need. Sincerely, Jan. That was quick. I was very impressed she took the time to write me a note.
Notice how quickly Jan from the business office was able to resolve the problem? She offered to be back in touch with Mr. Smith by 11 a.m. and did what she promised when she promised to do it. In this situation, all Jan had to offer was an apology, and she did it using a handwritten note. Sure to get special attention. Putting the 5 steps to service recovery to practice is one way we can ensure our customers experience the difference. Another role we each have is to ensure we're covering the details. Oftentimes, it is the smallest of things that determine if we have a good experience or one that is so-so. Let's look in on Mrs. Barrett, who is placing a takeout order for her dinner this evening.
Good afternoon, this is Cindy. How may I help you?
Oh, this is Carol Barrett, and I wanted to order my dinner for tonight, please.
Wonderful, Miss Barrett. What can I get for you today?
I want the fish of the day with lemon and tartar sauce, a baked potato with butter and sour cream, and the peach cobbler, please.
Okay, we will have those items ready for you to pick up at 5:30 p.m. in front of the dining room. Is there anything else I can help you with, Miss Barrett?
That's all. Thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome. You have a good day.
Oh, great. They forgot the tartar sauce and lemon for my fish and the sour cream for my potato.
Good evening, this is Jones. How may I help you?
Oh, Jonas, this is Carol Barrett, and I just had a takeout order, and you forgot the sour cream for my potato, and the lemon, and the tartar sauce for my fish.
I'm so sorry to hear that, Miss Barrett. I will send someone to your apartment right away with those things. Is there anything else that you need?
That's all, Jonas. Thank you.
Okay, have a nice evening, Miss Barrett.
By not checking the details of the takeout order, Mrs. Barrett's dinner experience wasn't as good as it should have been. By the time the condiments arrived, her dinner was cold and had to be reheated. By taking a few extra seconds to confirm the contents of the takeout container with the order itself, Mrs. Barrett would have had a better experience, and the community could have saved on staff time needed to correct the error. As employees, we should feel empowered to resolve problems. In fact, it can be fun to use our creativity to put a smile on someone's face. We pride ourselves in offering flexibility and choice to our residents. When asked to provide a service, we want to start with yes, and then figure out how we can deliver on that promise. Let's look in at the fitness center.
Great job, Mrs. Evans. You've hardly broken a sweat.
Thanks, Julie. We really loved your class. There are a couple of us who would really like to have a more advanced workout.
Well, I can certainly understand why. Unfortunately, the majority of the class is not at your pace for me to be able to ramp up the class, but I have another idea. I base my class on a video series that includes more advanced workouts. Would you like to watch those videos and see if you might like to try them?
I'd like that very much.
All right, well, if you decide that you like the workout, I'd be glad to add it to the calendar, and you can lead the class.
Well, that's a plan. Thanks, Julie.
Sounds great.
Even though Julie couldn't increase the intensity of her current class, she found a way to say yes to Mrs. Evans' request. Julie created a win-win situation that left Mrs. Evans smiling. Professionalism is the way we look and conduct ourselves while on the job. Here are a few reminders. Our uniforms and work clothing should be cleaned and pressed. Pay attention to your personal hygiene, including fragrance and cologne, makeup, and nails. Jewelry should be minimal and not interfere with your work. Tattoos and piercings shouldn't be visible or be covered according to your community's standards. Your name tag should be worn at all times and on your right side if possible. This makes it easier to see when shaking hands. Pay attention to your body language. When you communicate, 7% is what you say, 38% comes from your tone, and 55% from your body language. Be sure your body is conveying your message too. And as much as possible, we should leave our personal lives behind when we come to work. When dealing with other employees, don't get involved in gossip or someone else's drama, but do offer compassion for those who might be dealing with difficult situations. Many of you will need health or financial information. Please treat this information as you would want your own information to be treated. Remember, this is the law. We should all work toward being honest and maintaining integrity while being the employee others can trust. In some cases, we may need to take the more difficult path in doing the right thing. Let's review what we've learned.
When we pass in the hall, I love the way you smile, make eye contact, and call me by name.
Treating me with courteous respect means not answering on the phone call while you're talking with me. Thank you for anticipating my mom's needs and ensuring she always has hot tea and a chocolate dessert.
I don't really like to ask for anything, but thank you so much for your enthusiasm when I do ask for it and for remembering what I need.
Jesse, I noticed today how you assisted Sarah when she was dealing with a difficult client. You held her accountable while gently coaching her to a favorable outcome.
Thank you for asking about my trip to my granddaughter's graduation. You make me feel so special.
We have such a diverse group of employees and residents here. I really enjoy the opportunity of learning more about different cultures and religions.
Sometimes I forget the questions I want to ask. It's so nice that the staff is always asking me, is there anything else they can do for me?
It's a really a neat touch.
I am proud to be a professional serving our residents. How I dress and conduct myself reflects not only on me, but my community.
I can't believe how the staff here pays attention to the smallest details. I had to go to the emergency room the other night, and then was admitted to the hospital for a couple of days. When I returned to my apartment, I found a basket full of necessities that I would need. How nice!
Remember, each of us can find one more thing each day that will make a big difference to someone else.
So wasn't that neat? That's wonderful. And that's all of you. We are so blessed to work together as a family and a team, taking care of our residents and their family members. And applause to all of you. Embrace each other and thank you for all you do. Let's do that. So, most of you I passed out the promises earlier. If you don't have a copy of it, I know many of you said, oh, we've already seen these, da 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 da. But you can never see these too much. And we can all learn and grow each day from each promise. And so we want everyone to memorize these promises. And so that's why we printed out a copy for each of you today, because it really is very, very important. And then the other piece, I have some Celebrate Our Greatness nomination forms, and I have a handful of those and I will be passing out. But in understanding and memorizing the promises for you, yourself, but with your team members, hey, this month's promise, oh my goodness, Ashley, she needs that nomination. She's nailed it. So we want to pass out these forms because, as you know, you've seen the parade now for the last year, nominations, the excitement, the end of the year celebration, and we want each and every one of you to be able to be part of that nomination process. And so please take time to fill out forms on behalf of your colleagues. And we have boxes in each of the buildings. You can fill out the form and then put it into the box. Last month, which I believe even just this week, is Steve here? Steve, come up here. So just to kind of, Steve was May's Employee of the Month. And we want you to see so Steve, you got it on Tuesday, right? Correct. So anyhow, many of you nominated for Steve. Many of you have nominated for each other. So you could be up here and your coworkers can be up here. So celebrate. So I'm going to pass these out. Even if you could fill them out before you go home today, that would be great.
And just a reminder, so we are in June, we've got a little time left. So the extraordinary promise of the month is we pay attention to the details. So if you think that somebody really is paying attention to details and you want to nominate them for Employee of the Month, please do so. So we'll have some forms, Shelly's got some, and then they're also available in a few places on campus. And back to Rochelle.
All right, so we have let's have Francie pull them.
Okay.
There we go. That's right, Francie. It's not going to be Okay, everybody have your tickets ready? We just pulled 8309186. 8309186.
Oh, back there.
Okay, that's super, yeah. All right, Carol, here you go. Could you pull the next tickets for us, please? Okay, Okay, the next ticket we have is 8309184. No way. All right, nice. That was, yeah, hopefully that keeps going. Awesome. The next number we have is 796725.
Ah, yeah. Can you touch me? She called.
Okay, one more. Right, everybody, we have 796726.
Right here.
Yay! You can pull our next.
796717. 796717.
796717? Okay, next. That's okay. Yes. All right, perfect. Almost. Okay, if you pull the next. Do you want ticket?
I actually hate that. I'll take it.
Okay. 8309151. Perfect. Here you are. Can you pull our next ticket, please? That's you. Okay, super. Thank you. Here you go. That's right. You pull our next ticket. Great. We've got 3 more left. Seven 79727. Anybody? 796727. Is that yours? That's Brando's. Okay. Something in the water.
79673 0.
I thought we were tight.
Somebody out there? Come on in here. Take your prize. Come on in. Hi. Hello. All right, awesome.
Justin, he dropped his ticket and said I got it. So, Justin, where are you?
All right.
8309193.
Last one. Last ticket, go.
We all start chanting my number, maybe.
Okay, 796709. No way. No. No way. Okay, awesome. Well, thank you everybody for coming. If you have any questions on insurance, please meet me in the back. If not, we have delicious cake.